A recent article published by the World Bank suggests that with a population of more than 1.4 billion, India stands out as the world's largest democracy. Over the past decade, the country's integration into the global economy has been accompanied by economic growth. India has now emerged as a global player. India is one of the fastest growing economy, aiming for high middle income status by 2047 and achieving net zero emission by 2070 with a focus on climate resilient growth. Significant progress has made in reducing extreme poverty between 2011 to 2019. Though the COVID-19 pandemic slowed the progress, inequality persists with a Gini index around 35 and high malnutrition rates. With employment indicators improved post 2020, concerns remain about job quality, wage growth, and low female labor force participation. To drive growth and job creation, India needs to reduce trade cost, lower trade barrier, and boost its global trading competitiveness with a goal of achieving $1 trillion in merchandise export by 2030. The World Bank is assisting India in developing green, resilient, and exclusive policies and investing to ensure sustainable growth and border-based economic benefits. After hearing so many good things about India, do you know there is a shocking and concerning achievement of India? A study published in Nature has reported India is the world's largest plastic polluter, generating 9.3 million metric ton of plastic waste annually, which is about 20% of the world's plastic emission. Contrary to other studies, China ranking fourth in plastic emission, while Nigeria and Indonesia follow with 3.5 metric ton and 3.4 million metric ton of plastic emission per year respectively. India faces significant waste management issue due to a large and growing population. Dumping sites outnumber sanitary landfills 10 to 1 and waste collection, while claimed to cover 95%, is actually around 81% with rural area often uncounted. The study identified that 69% of the plastic emission comes from just 20 countries, most low and middle income. In high economic country, controlled disposal limits emission despite of large waste generation rate. Uncontrolled waste is the largest contributor to plastic pollution in global south, accounting for 68% of emission. This differs with high economic country, where littering is the main source of plastic emission. The main reason of India's top ranking in plastic waste generation are large and growing population. India's vast population, which continues to grow, generate a significant amount of waste, including plastic waste. The larger the population, the more the waste produced. Increasing affluation. As India's economy grows, the population became more affluent. Consumption pattern shifts, leading to higher use of plastic products and packaging, further increasing waste. Insufficient waste management infrastructure. India's waste management system has struggled to keep pace with the rapid urbanization and growing vast waste volume. Many areas lack adequate waste collection, recycling, and disposal facilities. Uncontrolled dumping and landfills. Uncontrolled disposal of waste in open dumping sites far outweigh the use of sanitary landfills. These dumping sites are poorly regulated and contribute significantly to plastic pollution. Underestimated official waste data. Official statistics on waste generation may underreported, especially in rural areas. Waste collection coverage is also overestimated, with open burning and informal recycling sectors often overlooked. Open burning of plastic waste. A significant portion, around 5.8 million metric ton per year of India's plastic waste is openly burnt, contributing to pollution and health risks. If this significant environmental concern is left unchecked, this growing issue could lead to severe and devastating consequences, including environmental impacts like marine pollution, land degradation, air pollution, flooding, and drainage issues. Health impact like microplastic ingestion, disease spread, respiratory issues. Economic impacts like tourism decline, fisheries loss, waste management costs. This is a graphical representation of a dataset that is available online. The link for the same is given below. The dataset tells us about the state-wise waste generation that is dated back 2021. No recent data is available, so we took the previous one. Here's the dataset tells us about total waste generation, million metric ton per day. The deep bluish part are the one that are mostly responsible for generating waste, and the light bluish colored states are the one that are least responsible or that generate least amount of waste. This is the state-wise waste processing dataset that is dated back 2021, and the link for the same as usual is given below. And this data set tells us about the total waste processing in percentage. The deep bluish states are the one that are mostly responsible or the most dated back in 2001, and the light bluish one are the least concerned about waste processing. Overview of waste generation. India faces a growing challenge in managing its waste, driven by rapid urbanization, population growth, and industrialization. The country generates around 1.5 metric ton of municipal solid waste daily, with low recycling rate and inadequate infrastructure for proper collection and disposal. A significant portion of waste, including plastic, electronics, and biochemical waste, end up in landfills or open dumps, leading to environmental and health hazards. While regulations like the Solid Waste Management Regulation 2016 aim to improve the situation, challenges such as unsegregated waste, public awareness, and underutilized waste to energy. Waste to energy is a government-funded project through the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. In this project, waste materials are converted into usable forms of energy like electricity, heat, fuel. The primary goal of this technology is to reduce the amount of waste sent to the landfills while simultaneously generating renewable energy.
So, what could be done to minimize the challenges faced by waste to energy? What we have done is we have created a website which will educate the residents on waste segregation and tracks how much energy could be generated from local waste. The first section is a waste segregation guide. It will educate the citizens on the ways to segregate waste depending on the type of waste. Second is an energy output calculator, which would allow users to estimate the energy output generated from their waste contributions. It works by inputting data such as the amount of waste. Individual and community can visualize the energy potential of their waste, promoting it promotes awareness of the environmental value of waste to energy conversion. Second is a real-time data, which is it's a real-time data on how much a community has generated from waste. So, in conclusion, the waste to energy program marks a vital step for India, tackling waste management issues and harnessing renewable energy potential. While this initiative reduces waste, cuts greenhouse gas emissions, and recovers resources, it also encounters challenges including public skepticism, high costs, and strengthened emission requirements. Overcoming these obstacles will require public awareness, community involvement, and government backing. Educating citizens on responsible waste practices and the environmental gains of waste to energy technology can enhance support and participation. Compliance with emission standards and using digital platforms for community feedback can further strengthen the program. With sustained awareness efforts and investment, the initiative promises a cleaner, more sustainable future for India and can serve as a model for other developing nations. Thank you for listening to our presentation.